What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another character rank up video. Alright, so we're going to be ranking up Skurge today. So we have enough bio saved up to finally get him there, because I do have one ticket I'm going to be using on him. I have a surplus of those 5-star tickets, so I'm just kind of using them whenever I can, because that seems to be the only ticket they want to give out after completing updates. But anyway, let's go ahead and start ranking him up here. So we got him to 3 stars, now we're getting to 4-star, and now we'll go ahead and use one of those 5-star tickets I have laying around, which is, as you can see, quite a few of them. So let's go ahead and use that. Okay, perfect, and now we'll get him to 6 stars. Alright, so now we got Skurge leveled up here. I'm always short on these Nordstones of Strength just because of Uru fusing, and yeah, I just don't seem to get them fast enough, so we're just going to give him just like one star mastery here just to activate his mastery. Anyway, it is a crit rate and attack speed mastery, so that is actually a little different, having crit rate and attack speed. Nice, that's actually could be useful. I might use that in Shadowlands once I finally get him fully mastered. But anyway, let's see if we can roll an isolate set for him here. See if we can get lucky and get something good on the first couple rolls here, because I am a little low on gold because I am going to be needing it for Apocalypse. I'm still working on him, so he's going to be sucking up all my gold resources as I get them, along with any extra bios I get. Anyway, come on, let's get an isolate set here. Be nice, game. Don't cost me like 5 million gold just to get a set. Alright, looks like we might have to cut back here just because it looks like this is going to take a while. Last go, if we don't get anything here, I'll just cut back to when we actually do have something. Oh, Stark's backing. Ugh. I mean, we did get an 8 set, but I don't really want Stark's backing on him. Yeah, I'm just going to cut back to when we get something that's useful. Okay, and we're back. So, managed to get him all finished up here for the most part. We got him to level 60, still haven't, of course, done anything with the mastery. Put his gears just to 17. I'll probably work on those later, but I may actually just use those bios on Apocalypse, to be honest, and just work on him in the future. As for the skills here, it looks like the 3rd skill is the only one that we needed to level up to get those additional guard hits. So we can guard against 5 hits for 5 seconds. Not too bad, and also, of course, it increases the all attack, all speed, and crit rate. So that is nice as well. And then let's see what else we have going on here. So something that was interesting is his tier 2 passive is pretty much the same thing as Carnage's tier 2. So we get invincible for 5 seconds here every time we use his 5th skill, Last Stand. As you can see, Last Stand is on a 8-second cooldown, so you are going to have 3 seconds in between using these skills or being able to get your invincibility back up. And then it looks like the 3rd skill is going to be a nice filler for that 3 seconds, because you can activate that guard against hits for 5 seconds during that 3 seconds that you are going to be out of invincibility. So that is nice, so he can pretty much be protected the entire fight, but he pretty much doesn't have any really reliable like iframes or other ways of surviving. So pretty much he's going to be relying on his tier 2 passive, it seems like, to survive. Because a lot of his iframes that he does have, I think he has 2 iframes, maybe 3, I don't remember for sure, but they're all partial iframes, like he has to start doing the attack, and then after he's done a few hits in the attack, it turns into an iframe when he either jumps up in the air or does something like that. The isolate set, I finally managed to roll Overdrive. It took a little bit of time to roll a set that I liked, but anyway, we did get Overdrive. And then as for the Obelisk here, I did give him a guard break and invincibility, because he is going to need invincibility, I would say, because a lot of his attacks he's standing or rooted in place, and they are kind of longer animations, and they don't have any real protection to provide, so we can get guard broken out of them quite easily. So if you want to be able to deal the full damage to like a world boss or something like that, you're probably going to need immune to guard break. But for something like Shadowland, his attacks do have so many hits on them, I don't really see them getting out of like a stun lock or a guard break once he's got his attack routine going. So he probably won't necessarily need immune to guard break for just Shadowland clears, but it's good to have if you want to kind of use him for like PvP and also just for some fun world boss clears. And then, yeah, like I said, the invincibility is pretty much because he is going to be getting hit quite often. So yeah, that's what I've done with him so far. So now let's just go ahead and try him out a little bit. Alright, so here we have Proxima, so we're going to go ahead and take Skurge against her and see how we can do, and we're going to use this team here. We have Hyperion for his leadership, 24% all attack, and then Thor for the team-up bonus. We get some all attack, all defense, and then we also get some ignore defense here as well. And then we're just going to be using some regular physical attack strikers, and see if he can beat Proxima here. Okay, so let's see, go ahead and switch over. Probably should have started with the third skill, there we go, get that guard going. So which is the, okay, so the fourth skill has an intermittent iframe and the first skill has one. Yeah, so we want to use the first and fourth skill and we get that iframe after the wind up there. So it can be used pretty well to, you know, if you see one of the heavier attacks is going to happen a little bit later in the attack for the boss there, like a little further into the attack phase, should be good. There we go, we have our obelisk kicking in now, so we shouldn't have to worry too much. Alright, so his damage is decent, but his survivability, it's not too great right now. He definitely is going to need his tier 2 to really get that boost in survivability, because then he'll be able to trigger that damage immunity every time he uses his 5th skill, which will really help him out. So he was able to do it, so he did have, like I said, enough damage to get through here, which is not really that much of a surprise. He seemed like he was going to hit pretty hard because a lot of his skills have a lot of hits going on with them, so that damage should rack up pretty quickly. I beat it in less than a minute, so that's pretty good. But like I said, you're going to need him pretty much at tier 2 to really utilize him well, because he needs that extra survivability. Because even with that invincibility obelisk, which it did of course help a lot, but without it he's really squishy. He seems like he'll die quite easily. And that immune to guard break definitely came in handy as well, because he's so close to the enemy when he's attacking, so he can get guard broken pretty easily. So I'm definitely happy with the obelisk that I put on him, and it looks like he's going to be a character that I need to invest into tier 2 if I want to start using him in some more difficult kind of game modes. But as he is at tier 1, I don't know, I mean, he seems like he might be worth it if you put invincibility and guard break on it, but I would probably only really work on him if you plan on getting him to tier 2, because that's going to take full advantage of his potential if you get him to tier 2. But anyway, that's just kind of my first impressions or thoughts on Skurge here. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.